Hey guys, okay, today we're going to talk about how each one of us is so much more than what you see. And it's going to be an exciting lesson. We're going to talk about keeping stuff to yourself behind your doors and also going behind those doors to pull out the parts of you that have got to show up to your life. Okay, so let's get started. Mwah! Hi friends. Okay, this lesson, I'm out in the wilderness, I guess you could call it, the Red Rocks. I wanted to come somewhere really beautiful and private and have this really important conversation with you. Okay, so this lesson, you guys already know this. You already know that there are things about you that people don't know. Maybe just a few people know. You know that maybe you get perceived a certain way, or you get pigeonholed or judged or whatever. And there's just so much more to you than what can be readily seen, and that's a good thing, really. You know, it's hard when people don't know the whole truth of something or the whole of something, and they fill in the blanks. That's what we do as humans. You know, when there's a missing part to anything, just our human nature is to just fill in the blanks and to just think that you know what's happening, you know, make a judgment and just go, oh, that must be what happened. And that's happened to all of us, right? Like where people have filled in the blanks and made a judgment about what must be happening. And so I want that to be part of our soul work, because it's painful. It's really painful. And it's difficult. It's difficult when, you know, just when things happen in life too, that we can't talk about and people make judgments about that. Or when maybe we're just too tender to talk about it or whatever, you know, there's a lot of us in our community that are going through addiction, that have, you know, lost everything because of the pandemic, that are suffering from mental illness, that are going through relationship problems. You know, in soul restoration, we talk about the 3 hurts, and those are the 3 kind of categories that all of our life issues kind of get piled into. And I just want to remind you what those are. They are decisions that we make, that we have to live with the consequences. That hurts. Decisions other people make, and we have to live with the consequences of decisions they made. And then there are things that happen that are just out of our control. Now, the second one is probably the hardest one, because that's usually around a betrayal. And so we just have to kind of make a decision about what we're going to do. And that's, you know, that's not what this lesson is about, but it is about treading lightly, you know, with each other. And also, there's a bunch of facets to this. I think we hold back a lot of ourselves that maybe we feel shame about, or maybe we're scared of people finding things out. But I think even more damaging, we hold back the really strong part of ourselves, you know, or the part of ourselves that has dreams or goals that are unconventional, and we're scared for other people to know that about us. I know from experience and just from working with so many of you guys and lots of other people that I don't know what it is, but we hold back the really strong warrior part of ourselves. Okay, so let's talk about the project. You have your PDF, and so this is mine. My doors keep opening. I want to tell you this lesson. I'm going through some challenges right now, and so this has been a really good one for me. All of this soul work has. But you know, I worked so honestly on this one and vulnerably that I actually printed out my answers in red cursive so that you can't see them just at first glance, because they're kind of personal, and especially the stuff that's behind here. So, okay, let's talk about that for a second. Why do we hold back things? And is it a bad thing? You know, it's about boundaries. It's about self-respect. It's about self-protection. It's about valuing ourselves. And those are the good reasons. And then there are also reasons that that diminish all of those things, that diminish our self-respect and our ability to move forward. Things that diminish who we really are, our warrior status, when we hold them back. And so I really want you to explore these things really honestly, okay? Now, another thing that I have given you in the PDF is an additional PDF called Seeing Past What It Seems. That is a blog post that I wrote, a long time ago, more than a decade ago. And it has traveled across the universe. It's been read in schools and churches, and it's been in lots of magazines. And it got deleted off the internet from what I wrote, but it still exists on the internet because some online magazines republished it. But I also published it into a little book, and I need to get that book republished again. But I'm giving you the PDF of that book, and it's just a story about how we need to be careful in life, you know, the labels that we put on each other, but also thinking through what labels people would have if they could, you know, what signs they would have around their neck because they're struggling with something that they can't talk about, or for lots of reasons. You know, maybe they're too sick to talk about it. Maybe they're too depressed. Maybe they have too much shame. Maybe they legally can't talk about it. They're being bound. Maybe they're afraid of somebody. If they talked about it, that person would hurt them or their family or take things away from them. There are lots and lots of reasons why we don't know the whole of each other. But we've got to know the whole of ourselves, you guys. We have to. We're in such a time on this planet where we have to pull out the best, the strongest, the most noble of who we are and not be afraid, okay? To spread love and to tell the truth and to stand up for ourselves, okay? All right, so in this lesson, there are prompts, and I didn't put answers this time for you to cut out because this is too personal. You're going to have to put your own answers, okay? And I'm not really even going to read my answers to you because mine are too personal. But I want you to know that this lesson brought out the warrior in me. It helped to bring that out. It's been coming out for a while. My husband and I had a conversation this morning about, you know, we're going through some stuff right now, and we need help, and we're bound in such a way that we can't really ask for help, and it's just the most extraordinary situation, and it's unfair, and it's unjust, and it's awful. And we were talking about how you know, if you're new here, you don't know until you read Seeing Past What It Seems. You don't know that my husband had a brain injury, and I was telling him this morning that I read a quote by Malala. Is it Malala Yousafzai? She said, I don't want to be known as the girl who got shot. I want to be known as the girl who stood up for herself, who spoke out. And that's how I feel. I don't want to be known as the girl who keeps having struggles. I want to be known as the girl who stood up for herself. I want to be known as the girl, the nice little artist girl who everybody thought was so kind and sweet and who made beautiful things. I don't want to be known as the sweet artist doormat. I want to be known as the girl who kept going and stood up for herself when things were unjust and unfair. When people were trying to stop her, okay? When people were making her life really difficult, she just kept going because soul work is important and because her own life is important. And Mark was talking about how he doesn't want to be known as the guy who has a brain injury and his brain is broken and it keeps breaking. He wants to be known as the guy who keeps going anyway, okay? That's what we want to be known for. And, you know, we're in some situations right now where we're having to pull out our warrior. And that's really what's behind my doors. You know, when I was doing this project, I was actually doing it in the middle of the night because I haven't been able to sleep the last couple nights. And so I got up early this morning like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was doing this project at 3 o'clock this morning. And what I wanted to put behind a lot of these prompts was just some kind of like hide behind my doors, was just some kind of like, this is so unfair and I'm such a victim and whatever. And my whole soul shook me awake today and said, knock it off, okay? Now, I have made some horrible choices. I always did the best that I could, but I've made some horrible choices. All of us have, right? But I don't want to be a victim, and I'm not going to be. I need you to hear me, okay? I'm not going to be a victim. I'm not going to be a victim. No, I am not going to be a victim. I am a warrior. I am a soul warrior. I am Melody Freebird Soul Warrior. And that's how you can expect me to show up to life from this moment forward. I will not stop doing soul work. I will not stop giving it away for free. I will not stop doing any of the things that I'm doing, because this is why I'm here. I will protect my work. I will keep doing my work. I will protect my family, and I will protect myself. That's what I want you to know, friends and students. That's what's behind my doors, okay? So, you guys, I want you to do this soul work, okay? And I want you to read this story, Seeing Past What It Seems. And I want you to remember that there are people walking around right now, and you might be one of them, who are dealing with such enormous trials. Enormous trials. We can't see. It's called seeing past what it seems, because sometimes we look on people's lives and we think something, and it could be something so different. So different. We need to give each other mercy and grace. We need to be fair. We need to do what we say we are going to do, okay? And when we make mistakes, we just need to do our best to make them right. And we need to show up as who we are. The world is not going to get better until all of the truth comes out about all of the things, and all of us can deal in truth and love and take good care of each other, okay? So, all of that being said, I want you to go ahead and get started on your project, okay? I love you all so much. I hope that you'll read Seeing Past What It Seems. I hope you'll really hear and see in my eyes what I'm trying to say, okay? I want you to think about, as you're walking around, there could be people who need help. People who need help. People who need your prayers. People who can't talk about what's going on in their life, but they need help, okay? Listen to me. Look in my eyes. There are people right in front of you who need help, okay? I love you all so much. I hope that you will really dig into this work and decide that you are going to be the very best of who you are. That you're going to forgive the parts of yourself that need some work. You're going to work on those. But that you're going to stop hiding your power. And you're going to stop hiding the truth. And you're going to stop hiding, period. Some people hide from everybody, you know? Some people do that. Some people disappear for a while because they're so devastated. Some people get their trash kicked so hard that it kicks the warrior right out of them, and nothing's ever the same after that, okay? So as you're looking around, just be merciful and kind. And remember that everybody's got things going on in their life right now that we can't see. I love you guys. I love you so much. I'm so glad we're all here doing this soul work. Okay, get to your lesson, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Come join us in the Facebook group if you're not in there yet. We are having a blast in there. There's almost 1,000 of us. 1,000 of us strong. Our soul tribe. Our warrior tribe. We band together and we make things happen. We band together and we make things happen. I love you. Mwah. Okay, you guys, rather than try to explain this while I did it, I want to show you that I put these door images onto a box of cereal so that they would have some rigidity, okay? And then I use this pretty gold tape. If you guys want a link to that, I'll find it for you. But I didn't even paint this one because it has so much going on. Also, I was really into this project and I just wanted to get going with it. But these doors really need something to make them rigid. So you can use chipboard, or like I said, I just used a cereal box. You can use just a packaging box, okay? So then just watch the video. I'm just going to put music with it and then just go for it, okay? Like I said, there's just so much private stuff in here. Like I hope you have in yours too. I even put the word private. Those are some little fingernail stickers that I found on Amazon. Very hard to use, but they work for this. Okay, have fun watching the video and let me know if this doesn't explain it well enough, but I think it will. Love you guys.
if you choose to see. Just imagine what our love could be. You belong here with me. I belong here. I belong with you. belong together. Here's my heart